Carmichael and his lieutenants cry out loudest for the destruction of American capitalism and what they call American imperialism. This has become the war cry of revolutionary black power. Down with capitalism and American imperialism. It has been the historic slogan of world communism for a half-century. Intelligence operators in police departments in the major United States cities report record purchases of guns by Negroes and record numbers of burglaries of gun stores.
There should be more shooting than looting. That's the only thing I agree with. Black folks trying to loot when they should be shooting. If you're going to loot your gun store. Dig it? Brothers, because the only reason that the honky did not go into Plainfield and wantonly destroy and kill people was because the brothers were armed. They had 46 automatic weapons. Each one of those weapons would shoot 9,000 times in chunk of bricks for half hours.
The Negro journalist Louis Lomax wrote in his syndicated column,
Black America is busy stockpiling weapons, not merely bullets and rifles, but bazookas, machine guns, and grenades. The ghettos of virtually every major city are being prepared for war by black militants. Those police forces that have bought armored cars and tanks will learn that the black militants' arsenals contain armor-piercing shells.
Such sophisticated armament undoubtedly is coming to the black power revolutionaries from Red Cuba. The nationally syndicated columnists Rowland Evans and Robert Novak declared there is no longer any doubt that SNCC today is Fidel Castro's arm in the United States. The task of Stokely Carmichael, after his visits with communist strategists in Hanoi, Algiers, Egypt, France, Czechoslovakia, Guinea, Havana, and other red bastions, was the formation of a united front of all black power groups in the nation. The United Front is an historical communist tactical instrument of revolution. Some of the people or organizations drawn into a united front may not be dedicated to the communist objective of violent overthrow, but surely none can be ignorant of the fact that communists ultimately dominate any united front which they help to establish. Though the Presidential Commission, the U.S. Attorney General, and the White House combined in either discounting or altogether rejecting the communist coloration of revolutionary black power, the documented facts clearly expose it as a deadly threat to America's survival, an urgent danger within.
It does not surprise me. The government is like, oh, just sweep that under the rug. Nothing to see here. This is all fake news. When the reality is the exact opposite. I don't know how else to get people to wake up. Because honestly, man, I mean, I've been paying attention to this stuff for so many damn years, and I've been trying to warn people. I mean, you know, and there's parts of me I'm like, dude, I've done my job. I've done my part to try and help and warn people. If you don't take the warning, heed the warnings, it's not my fault. I did my part. It's your fault. And quite honestly, man, I hope you wake up and open your eyes before the communist New World Order's boot is on your throat. I hope all of us. I hope all of us wake up and open our eyes. Not just in this country, all over the world. This country just happens to be the last piece of dirt on this planet that's not ran by communists at the moment. Well, I'll take that back. It quite honestly is being ran by communists, and they're just, you know, there's just everybody wants to believe that's not true, you know. But in reality, I mean, but the thing is, man, this is the last one. I mean, we got nowhere else to go. We got nowhere else to go. It's basically, if this is a communist country, if this turns into the communist country, there's nowhere else to go. They're everywhere else except for maybe Antarctica, and even that's iffy. But everywhere else is basically trading a plantation for another plantation. You know, you're trading this plantation with slave masters for another plantation with slave masters if you go somewhere else. So we cannot allow this country to turn into a plantation. Like I said, I don't care what fucking color you are. The true enemy is the system. The true enemy is the New World Order and their persistent appetite for control and power. That's the true enemy when it comes down to it, in all its facets and workings. You know, when it comes down to the banks, the Bilderberg Group, all of those people in the Bilderberg Group, you know, the UN, the New World Health Organization, all of them, they're all in cahoots. All these communist countries and the leaders of these communist countries, they're all in cahoots to destroy this country and destroy Americanism, destroy our American patriotism, what it means to be American. It is a multi-generational cabal that has been happening for a long time, and it's just been ramping up to where we are today. And I'm showing you these things to try and put in perspective that this is not new. This has been in the plan for a long time. Just today, you know, I mean, just in the today's day, I mean, you know, it's just now they're just wide out open. They're not hiding in the shadows anymore. They're just out in the open, naked, telling you what they're going to do to you. And if you don't comply, or you don't submit, you know, then you're a criminal in their eyes. I don't know what to do. I got personal problems right now when it comes down to financial shit. So right now, the here and now for me, I got that's my main thing right now, trying to figure out how I can keep my bills paid. But then we've got this megalithic cabal trying to destroy all of us, kill us all off. And we're all, including myself, trying to scratch our ass just to pay the bills. That's why so many people out there are not even paying attention to it, because they're all scratching their ass trying to pay the bills. And that's where all their attention goes to. And that's actually done by design, you know, because honestly, man, you know, to keep us all scratching our ass, we make a very little. So much money goes in that gets extorted from us in the form of taxes, and then on top of that, every step of the way, there's some kind of regulation, some kind of this and that, and it's hard to even get ahead in this system of life, you know, just to survive and live, because there's always that third party, that fictitious corporation, that legal fiction calling itself the United States, that always wants to get their hands into everything. It's that Orwellian type, all encompassing government to just cover us all. And I don't know. I worry about what our future generations are going to have to deal with if if we don't step up. I mean, honestly, man, the only way, me personally, right off this, but at this moment, the only way I know how to fight this communist shit is just to talk about it. It's just to talk about it and help people think. I want you to think about it, because honestly, there's too many people out there not thinking. They're not using their critical thinking process. They're being dictated by fear and emotion, which is all, orchestrated by propaganda for generations. It takes about 20 some odd years to demoralize a nation. All right? And that's been going on for over 50 years. Now, and then the next step is destabilization. And that, I can't remember, that doesn't take very long to destabilize the nation. And then you bring the nation to crisis, which doesn't take very long to bring a nation down to crisis. And then the next step after that is normalization. Bring in the nation into the new normal. Because that's the whole agenda of the New World Order, is to bring it all down into chaos. Bring the chaos in, because they think that they will step in after the chaos kind of fizzles out, and they will bring order to all the chaos. What do you think that order is going to look like? What do you think it's going to look like? It's the 1122 Wingnut Radio, back out again.